Hi, I'm Max Porterfield, President and CEO of Callinex Mines. I want to thank you for taking the time to learn a bit about the company today and our operations. Callinex is a purpose-based exploration company focused on the exploration of base precious metals-rich VMS deposits in close proximity to infrastructure, most notably an infrastructure that's in a deep need of a new discovery. And we're focused on making these discoveries and have emerging discoveries in 3 jurisdictions. The mantra for 2020 is 3 mines, 3 camps 2020, in the Bathurst camp of New Brunswick, the Flin Flon camp of Manitoba, and the Buckens camp of Newfoundland. Here's a bit of forward-looking statements for the quick readers here. In terms of the capital structure, Callinex has a very, very tight capital structure. There's a recent consolidation that occurred last year. Today, the company has 11 million shares, strong institutional ownership of 28%. I myself own just under 5% of the outstanding shares as well. And we've got strong institutional ownership, the largest of which is Resource Capital Funds that owns just under 8% of the shares outstanding today. And also we have an exceptionally low burn of between $40,000 to $50,000 a month, excluding any ongoing exploration. In terms of the technical team, Callinex has got a very, very strong technical team, which I'm quite proud to be surrounded by. Our technical team has been associated with the discovery of 3 of the 4 largest mines in the Flin Flon camp's histories. It includes a Canadian Mining Hall of Famer, as well as 2 Bill Dennis Awards. And again, those Bill Dennis Awards were for the 777 mine and the Lawler mine that are both located in the Flin Flon Greenstone Belt of Manitoba. So first off, we're going to jump over to New Brunswick, where we have 2 recently announced silver discoveries that are a very wide distance. We've got 3 properties in the Bathurst district of New Brunswick, and the flagship being the Nash Creek deposit that we'll focus in on today. Nash Creek is ideally located. It sits 25 kilometers away from a deep water port rail line that goes directly to zinc smelting operations in Quebec, as well as a power station. The area has a very high unemployment rate. Pre-pandemic, it was over 20% in Belledune, where this infrastructure is located, as well as Lorne, which is 23 kilometers away, and where the Nash Creek deposit is located. With that being said, the lead smelter located in Belledune here, it's operated by Glencore, announced that it was going to be shutting down last November, and that accounts for 60% of the jobs in that community. And so again, the area is in deep need of some economic development and growth, and we're looking to achieve that with our recent exploration endeavors. So Nash Creek is very, very unique in that it's hosts a near-surface flat-lying deposit called the Nash Creek deposit. The Nash Creek deposit is a zinc-rich deposit, zinc-lead. Roughly 70% of the mineralization in Nash Creek deposit is zinc-hosted. And again, it's very close to surface, flat-lying, and it's unique in that 85% of the world's zinc production globally is underground, whereas this is, again, amenable to an open-pit operation. And that was highlighted in our 2018 PEA that we announced in 2018, and that showed a maiden PEA showed very robust economics, after-tax IRR of 25%, $128 million NPV. And that was really just a start, because when we acquired Nash Creek, it was a 9.1 million ton resource, and then we used a historic IP survey to then double the resource very quickly to 19.1 million tons prior to announcing the maiden PEA on the property. Since that time, we've commenced a very large IP survey over a bulk of the Nash Creek property, and recent results of that have been very, very positive. Most notably, in the central zone area due to the east, we've discovered a similar sequence of mineralization that you see at the Nash Creek deposit over a 1 kilometer strike. So there's an opportunity to build and add significant mineralization in the central zone through future drilling that we're looking to complete in the new year there. Now, what we're very, very most excited about at Nash Creek is going to be the 2 silver discoveries, which I mentioned very briefly before. The first hole 306, intersected near surface silver mineralization. And the silver mineralization, again, between both holes is near surface, be potentially amenable to an open pit scenario. And both discoveries are above the cutoff grade that was outlined by the 2018 PEA. And this 306 hole was located 9.6 kilometers to the south of the southernmost tip of the Nash Creek deposit. The second discovery hole that we recently announced is hole 313. 313, again, hit 28 meters of 57 gram per ton silver, That included 16.5 meters of over 94 gram per ton silver. And again, that was near surface and located 6.8 kilometers to the north of the 306 hole. So as you can see here, there's been no drilling between both of those discovery holes. We've since done VTEM, reinterpretation of historic VTEM survey that was taking over a portion of the area, and that shows a string of anomalies that vector us to the south and get actually more conductive the more south you go on that survey. What we're doing in the meantime to follow up between these two discovery holes is we're doing a very wide soil sampling program that's going to go and really provide a complete data set between both of those discovery holes, and that's pending and be out in the very near future. Now moving over to the Flin Flon District of Manitoba, we're exploring the area, an area called the Pine Bay area. It's our Pine Bay property. And this is an area that was subject to exploration in the early 1990s by Placidome, who had a 30 million ton target on the area. And that target was put on the area due to the very large felsic rock package that the property encompasses. Felsics hosts 90% of all of the ore ever mined in the Flin Flon history, but only account for 10% of the rock package. So the Pine Bay project encompasses the Baker Patent Felsic Complex, which is one of the largest mapped felsic volcanic rock packages at surface in the Flin Flon district. Coupled with a very large alteration system at surface is what led previous operators like Placidome to have a very large exploration target on the area. And Placidome had a 30 million ton target on the area. Now, Flin Flon itself is in a very dire situation, and this is an area that's had almost 100 years of continuous production across 32 mines and counting. And Hudbay is in a predicament at this moment in that the flagship 777 mine in Flin Flon there is slated to shut down in Q2 2022, and they've been very, very open in that mine is not going to be extended, in exploration on a regional basis that could feed those facilities has not drummed up anything successful, and they're moving away from that. And that's where really our discovery that we recently made here is going to come into play. So Pine Bay is located 16 kilometers away from the town of Flin Flon as the crow flies. There's direct road access. There's a high voltage power line that runs over the property, water, and the discovery that we've just made and announced is located actually within a mineral lease. So there's advanced permitting, so we can fast track things very, very quickly as the discovery grows through future drilling. So the way we were able to make the discovery is we were using IP, which is unique to the camp, in testing these chargeability highs. Historically, the focus of exploration at Pine Bay and really the whole camp in general has been using electromagnetics as the key vectoring tool. And we added IP, and this is showing to work out very, very nicely for us. This is the drilling that we've done in target area number 1, where we made the rainbow discovery. You can see these are the holes that have been drilled to date. The first hole, hole 33, was testing that chargeability high and hit excellent alteration, and then we pulsed that hole to get a direct vector to massive sulfide mineralization. The IP was focused on getting us towards a disseminated pyrite halo that would encompass a massive sulfide deposit. And again, this anomaly is very, very large, 260 meter strike by 600 meter plunge. In terms of the size, the average deposit in the Flin Flon district has 150 meter strike, to kind of give you some context with that. And the plunge extent, because they are elongated in the Flin Flon district, is typically between 5 to 8 times the strike extent. The second hole, we try to drill to text that target, colored and veered off to the right, showed us another anomaly there that we have remains untested. And then we followed up, moving the drill down the peninsula there that we're drilling off of. And PBM 111 is the discovery hole, and that hit 2 mineralized copper intersections. The first zone was 3%, 3 meters, almost 3 meters of 3% copper, 0.75 gold, almost 14 gram per ton silver, and 1.88% zinc. And that was followed by a second intersection of 4.3 meters of over 4% copper. Subsequent borehole electromagnetics has vectored us to the north. There's a very large anomaly that shows off hole to the north that's very, very strong, and we're following up that right now with a drilling campaign that's underway to test the extent of the mineralization discovered in PBM 111, and that'll be pending. Now, the rainbow discovery, which is the name of the discovery, sits in a growth fault corridor where there's a stacked sequencing of deposits. and some of which have been gone historically into production: the Don John mine, the North Star mine, the Baker Patent deposit, the Cabin deposit, and then the Pine Bay deposit. And then the Rainbow discovery sits kind of at the end of that, and that's the pot of the gold at the end of the rainbow, so to speak. And on a regional basis, you can see it sits in the immediately adjacent to this graphitic argillite pyrite marker unit. And when you look back on the area of the property, you also see that same accumulation to the south where the Sourdough Bay deposit is located, and then the Centennial mine is also along that same horizon further to the south there. So we're quite excited about that, and again, we'll be announcing follow-up drilling results to that discovery in the near future. Now, moving over to the Buckens camp of Newfoundland, this is an asset that we acquired in early 2016 from Newmarket Gold. It sat within the portfolio for a number of years and really didn't remain a focus. What we're working on right now is updating the resource at Point Leamington. Point Leamington is a near-surface gold, copper, zinc resource. And there's some deficiency in terms of how that resource was modeled originally that we're going to be addressing and taken care of in the updated resource that we're looking to announce in the near future. This, coupled with exploration upside, I think provides a lot of opportunity for our shareholder base and rounds things up. So again, to kind of summarize things, Callinex, I think, encompasses all the great aspects that make an exceptional exploration company. We've got a tight capital structure, 11 million shares out, exceptionally low burn, with a project portfolio that's focused on making discoveries in proximity to infrastructure that's in need of immediate discoveries. And we've shown that we can make discoveries with emerging discoveries both in the Bathurst District, in the Flin Flon District, and then there's a pending updated resource in the Buckens District as well. So with that being said, looking forward to the opportunity to meet with each one of you that are interested in the company and to further discuss what we're doing to advance the company moving forward, and really quite excited about that. Thanks so much, and look forward to speaking to everyone soon.